Toycat, and good morning everybody. This is the One Chunk Challenge. In other words, I took one Minecraft chunk as well as one from the Nether and maybe a couple from the end, and this is my attempt to survive in just that. This is a very interesting challenge, to say the least. It required a lot of putting together, and honestly, I figured it would be this really great strategization of how we could succeed with just a single chunk. But then I realized, you know what might be more fun? If we actually just wung it. You know what? Let's be honest, this is a single Minecraft chunk, which should be impossible to beat Minecraft in, but this was a very good seed, and so I think we can do precisely that anyway. Can we actually do it? I don't know. Let's find out today. So hello, I'm IBX Toycat, and something fun in this one chunk challenge is that I'm actually allowed to use blocks outside of the chunk if I want to. Blocks do not seem to drop. That is a big problem we definitely need to fix. So tile drops is turned off and mob loot is too. There we go. Now we can break a block and we won't lose it forever. But yeah, because we've just got one chunk, it means there is a very limited number of blocks that we can have in total at all, something very much worth considering. We also only have, if I'm not mistaken, one villager, so he might need to be something we lock down. But it's not like there's any way I can trade with him anyway. If I get 15 coal, I can get 1 emerald. So if I get 60 coal, I can get enough emeralds to buy some boots. But I don't think I'll be doing that too soon. So yeah, mostly I have to worry about depleting resources. I've got 6 spruce trees and that's it. I have to worry about the very limited number of resources. You know, there's only going to be so many diamonds in this world. Getting netherite will be very hard, I can imagine. Maybe impossible. I think you only get a certain number of netherite blocks per chunk. I think it's 1 to 3. So I don't think we can actually get any netherite whatsoever. It's going to be a very wild time, to say the least. And I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully, all of you are too. So with that said, I am going to start by chopping down all of these trees. Some of them look actually... I think tiger trees look ridiculous sometimes, but they look especially ridiculous here. And then I'm going to go underground and just get the basic early game tech tree done early, but with a slight emphasis, a small amount of focus on making sure we get all of these saplings and all these other things sorted. So stuff like seeds are going to be game changers. Thank you, by the way, speaking of game changers, thank you, Addy Camone. Glad to see you again. I remember, big fan of the Red Bull, if I remember correctly. But it's good to see you. So now I'm just going to place a few extra blocks on the edge right there. And we're going to chop down what remains of this tiger tree. And then we're going to have this one drop up there, as well as the rest of them too. I think now is probably time to make an axe of some form to do this, because I think I'm finally ready to go underground. So underground is a very nebulous concept in this world. I do have to say, I think I'm going to do this safe, actually. I'm going to start my tunnel around here somewhere. By doing it right next to the edge of the world, I'll be protected at all times. Oh, wow. Never mind. Perfect. Stone has been found already. But I figure by being protected at all times, we won't accidentally walk off the edge or anything terrible like that. Something I am very much cautious of. By the way, yeah, thank you, Addy Colmone. Thank you for remembering, joining the club, I should say. But, you know, actually, thank you for remembering to member. You know, that's definitely, okay, so that's a hole to the edge of the world there. So we're just gonna go this way instead, pick up a ton of stone, use it to make a furnace, maybe? And then use it to make an axe. Although if we could go for some iron ore first, pro tip, one of the cool things about having a one chunk world is we should be able to take advantage of this. It looks like a downside, but actually it comes with huge upside, because I can see exactly where the coal is. The coal is just around there, and if I look over the top here, I might even see some iron. Nope, all coal. There's some copper too, but the iron is much lower down than any of this, I guess. Yep, no access to iron. Well, that's, you know, I don't need iron anyway, I guess. What I do need is... yeah, there's none of it. Well, that makes me feel a lot better about my current plans. So I'm going to go get that iron, get the coal, because it seems like a good idea to get it. It's just up here and to the right, so let's pick up some coal. I bet I'll need it for torches, or, you know, like, I could trade it with the villager and get those boots, huh? Anyway, yeah, this is the same chunk from the other day, right? Says Rohi. Yeah, so I made this map myself. I thought it would be like 5 minutes of deleting chunks, but we spent a full 2 hours making this world. And yeah, it is just a single Minecraft chunk carved out from everything else. Beware of creepers and invisible polar bears, says Rohi. You always got to be careful of the invisible polar bears. You sometimes think you shouldn't be. You sometimes let your guard down, but that's exactly what they want you to do. Anyway, so yeah, I think my very first moves are always going to be focused in just very tightly on getting the, you know, the renewables locked in. I can make it to the Nether easy enough if I just find lava. Is there enough lava in this world? I haven't even checked. Oh, that coal has gone forever now, by the way. Coal is a non-renewable resource. You can make charcoal as much as you like, but you can only make so much coal. And so yeah, we got a few crises developing right now. I'm also going to be very cautious about gravel and flint, because I'm going to want to have a Fletcher at some point. Maybe I won't, actually. I've only got one villager. And if I lock him in by trading, he becomes locked in that way forever. I've also got some potatoes, so I should probably consider being careful about that. And I've got a bed, which is really, really great, because I'm not getting any sheep anytime here too soon. So let's go into it. So, with the Skeletes later, says Wiser Pluto. Looking forward to it. All that time spent coding Infinite Worlds for this, SMH. Yeah, we've always liked the idea of a limited size world, right? What if we had a really limited size world? What if it was so limited, in fact, that you couldn't ever leave one chunk? The performance would be incredible. In fact, it's kind of wasted because Minecraft is rendering in all these other chunks. It just happens that there's nothing in there. But performance should be incredible today. Not going to have any issues of lag. Even when we switch dimensions, it should stay the same, hopefully. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Mining with the world edge on the side reminds me of the good old world days. It feels that way, doesn't it? Just looking out into the void this way. I've got to say, it's just so much better done. More tiny, less whiny, if you will. As always, that's true. The bigger your world is, the more complaints you'll have about one section of it, or something bad that happened over there, or transportation, or anything like that. You got a tiny world, you better believe you're going to be incredibly unwhiny. So, yeah, just a couple more trees to chop down. Again, I just think it's good to lock down how much I can actually have wood-wise very, very, very early on. I'm also going to be very careful about falling off the edge of this, but that's a different problem. And we're also going to have to start being tactical with our land use. We've only got 256 blocks, and a lot of those blocks are being taken up by this house right here. So I'm thinking we could be tactical about, like, what if we built on top of the house? Or indeed, should we try and be, should we be a multi-level society, chat? If I want to survive and thrive here, I can't just build what I want because I'll run out of space in seconds. So I have to think about how to tactically build on top of other things. So I could have trees coming out of the house at the top there. I could have the farm be underneath the house, a short ladder right away. I can really start to... Yeah, I've really got to start to be vertical in all my farms that I can make. By the way, thank you, Maulercraft11.
Howdy, Toy Cat.
Oh, no.
I'm so happy. I watched you make this map, and now I get to watch you playing it. Yippee.
Yippee!
Here is your allowance.
I agree, 100%. I'm glad that you are, first of all, I'm glad you watched me making it. I hope you enjoyed that, Pookie. And second of all, I'm glad that you're looking forward to playing this. I think this is a very silly concept, but really it does make you think about just how limited space is in a Minecraft world. You know, in the real world, land is the one truly limited resource. There is only so much of it that exists. And we have very much the same problem that I'm having right here today. So I think I'm going to go ahead and make this... I'm going to make the full set of tools, make the shovel, commit to it being over here. And then we're going to make a hoe as well, just because I do need to start growing some potatoes. My food source right now is surviving off the back of there being nothing. Am I in peaceful? No, I'm easy. There should be challenges. So, yeah, we're currently doing a lot of hope, and we need to balance that out. So, underneath this, we'll definitely have a farm. Right next to the house, it's got to be, because that's where the villagers are. I'll maybe put a fence out by the edge of the world later. But for now, let's just plant 9 separate crops and put 9 potatoes in there. Then let's be clever, and let's put free dirt a couple of blocks higher up. Maybe just, like, up here even. And then on top of that, we'll hoe them. It's fun that you can plant seeds from the side like this. There's no way I can reach those crops to put seeds in them. I'm glad the game agrees with me on this one. So instead, we're going to jump right up to the top. And there we go. Free seeds makes eventually free wheat. And now we're just going to work out a slightly better way to get around than chopping these things down. Also, for some reason, these trees aren't decaying. Or if they are, they're decaying very slowly and unexpectedly. And also, we've only got 3 spruce saplings from it. So if we get a 4th, I can guarantee making a Mega Tiger tree. It just feels like it's a more space-efficient tree for this sort of scenario. So let's go with 2 in a little pattern right here. And then we're going to go straight underground again, because I need to find iron, I need to find all these things. Let's go make them work. So, with that said, I'm very sorry to hear about what happened, Polly. I hope that, I totally understand the loss of a parent, a parent-like scenario. I think, I hope that you are, doing, I think there's a niceness about being around people whose company you enjoy, and I hope you get that in any and every form you can. But yeah, I also think Toycat don't make a wooden sword. Barking Gamer, no one ever makes a wooden sword. A wooden sword is only it's the poverty sword, but not even like real poverty. It's the type of fake poverty where you can't wait 7 seconds till you get you know, like a stone axe. So it's the type of, you know, it's if I could be as crass as to say, it is a fake poverty sword. I'm gonna make a campfire. I think it fits this biome quite well, right? Like having a campfire would be great. But also it should be pretty, I'll put this in the house even. I think a campfire could go nicely in here. Yeah, I think there's a perfect space for a campfire in this corner. And then we'll put a furnace in, oh, ouch. That's the downside of this. Then we'll put a furnace in here as well. Or the furnace can go out here. I'm gonna probably want multiple furnaces. I'm just gonna be honest with myself about that. And I'm also probably gonna want multiple chests. Everyone loves chests. And I think I've got to just commit nice and early on to how I'm gonna do chest storage. Which is to say I want to have lots of it. Rather than just doing it like that, I'm going to have a substantial amount of this house dedicated to chests. And so, double chest over there, as well as a single chest over here. And then, you know, actually, let's just move the single chest. Let's put something else there in its place. Let's put the staircase over there, because this is an otherwise unusable spot. A little bit of a cobblestone staircase. Make sure it stares right at the bed. And then let's go. So with that said, I have to go deep at some point. I need to get a lay of this chunk. And you might be surprised to learn, because I spent hours working on this map, but all of that was solving technical issues. I genuinely can't tell you what's below this besides a stronghold eventually. So I'm excited to find out. I hope that there is iron somewhere. Mathematically, there has to be, but it's also entirely possible that we got really unlucky and there's like 4 ore, you know, blocks of ore in here somewhere. Which would be a real problem for us. Also, something nice about digging like this, it's kind of like that old world vibe we were saying before, where because you know, to the right of us is just void, we can use it to get light in here whenever we want, which is, yeah, it's a nice little bonus. I think I'm starting with a big staircase around the edge of the world, but I definitely will move to a ladder system later. But for now, I'm just trying to see what I get, and if it's a ladder, then I would be happy. Okay, so just every time we need light, just dig out to the side. Honestly, yeah, this is miner's paradise. I'm having a better time in this world than you could have in any other Minecraft world, chat. Make more dirt, combine 2 dirt with 2 gravel, it makes 4 coarse dirt. So yeah, that's a way to turn gravel into dirt. It's not a way to create more dirt. The downside is obviously that eventually, okay, so we're not going to use dirt for this staircase, we're going to use granite. We'll make it into a nice polished diorite even. And we can do this very sensitively. Oh, okay, there goes the pickaxe, but it's fine. So break this block, and we can place one over here. And we'll break some more blocks, and then eventually we'll just jump straight down. You get gravel from piglins, so that's fine. It's fine in the... I mean, but then you can only trade with piglins once you get gold, and gold is not a unlimited resource. There are so many considerations, right? Like, as best I know, I mean, gold can be farmed. It can be made into an unlimited resource, but it's not going to be for a very long time. I guess maybe in an amount of time that is not too big of an issue. So, yeah, does water spawn in this chunk? That's yes, hopefully. Again, the only thing I checked were the most important crucialities for beating Minecraft. Everything else is a genuine unknown, which is terrifying, but in the good way. I don't have enough food to just jump off here. by the way. So I've got to start dropping some gravel, but I only have 1 gravel on me. So we'll have to go back up and get some more gravel and then come back down for this. But yeah, looking good so far. Let's also keep mining the ceiling, like every other block. Something like that. It looks as though you can mine the ceiling quite well. You can mine granite quite well with a wooden pickaxe. Don't know if that's a feeling thing or if that's a real thing. Very handy either way. So yeah, we're gonna go looking and seeing if we can find water. If there's not water, we will have to go through a very intense and involved process to find some. Ah, sheep! I thought we wouldn't find you, but we did. So if I have bone meal, oh, okay. I've got a very interesting situation here, chat. I want to keep these sheep. I think for now the best thing to do is to fence them off. I'm just going to build a big fence. Definitely not use any fence gates. Build a big fence and just keep 2 sheep somehow locked in a pen. As long as they stay somewhat together, that actually works well for me. So, sheep, if you could please just get to one place. And preferably if you could make that one place very close to the edge of the world. I would like that a lot. So if you could just hang out right here. And then, there we go. Easy stuff. I don't know why I can't jump up. I'm crouching. Oh, there's a block up there. So now we just have to place a block there. And then, no, you're not doing it. You're not doing it. And then some more blocks over here. And now more animals can get in, but these sheep can't get out. Perfect. Okay, please, one more sheep. Follow him in there. I would like lots more sheep in there too. But if you could just walk in this vague direction, that would be great, in my opinion. So I'll build a little thing around him. Make it very clear that there's only one way he should go. In fact, if I just make it tall enough, there is only one way for him to... No. Sheep disagrees with my logic. Oh, no, don't fall off the edge. Or make me fall off the edge. Both of those are unacceptable outcomes. How did he manage to outplay me? How did I just get outplayed by a sheep AI? But yeah, as it turns out, I actually can get animals on this world. It's just they'll only... Because there's a minimum distance you have to be from enemies for them to spawn, and animals too. And that distance is quite far. But yeah, we'll make this work. We'll destroy all these blocks, and we'll try to get our other sheep in there. Worst case, we could just nudge him, destroy one of these, or maybe both of these, and then just keep nudging him some more. We might lose our other sheep that way. To be fair, no, don't do it. This way. There we go. And perfect. We now have a very solid setup. And by removing these blocks and maybe just placing another couple over here, I don't think they're necessary, but it's a good way just to solidify just in case it isn't. There we go. Perfect. And so now the other sheep can die right now. You only need to keep 2 of the sheep. And you better believe I've already got my 2. So stone sword, come in. And let's get some lamb mutton. Lamb mutton? Is that reductionary? But let's get some in us and let's do this. Okay. Well, it's no problem. He's gonna be fine down there, chat. He's gone on a holiday. If he comes back, then there's water on this seed. If he doesn't come back, there might be water on this seed, but he might be mad at me. So we'll have to find out. So for now, let's finish destroying these. Let's get a couple more pickaxes. Clearly gonna need a couple more. And let's also commit to making a whole ton more of these. And let's go for it. So 2 pickaxes. A wooden pickaxe is gonna go in this chest indefinitely. Just, you know, I like having a junk chest, so sorting that out nice and early is good. And then let's pick up some cooked mutton. It'll be good. Lamb mutton sounds very redundant. I think mutton is such an ugly sounding term for anything. Like, there is nothing good in the world which is like, oh yes, it is mutton. It just isn't, it isn't appealing sounding in the slightest. But I'm welcome to being wrong about that. So yeah, my world is going really well so far, chat. I'm liking it a lot. I am really liking this. I have 0 issues of how it's going so far, which is great. I think my one issue is I kind of regret doing this in Minecraft rather than in 1.21 because we don't have the access to the day counter yet. That's my one big regret. So chat, we're all just gonna have to continuously yell my day, you know, pretend we're a day counter until we get one. And also I'm gonna need to find some gravel because I only got 2 more blocks. But I've got the lamb now, so I guess I can take a hit on this fool. Okay, just let me down there in as little damage as is humanly possible. Please. Okay, 1.5 hearts. Entirely acceptable. Okay, chat, yeah, I'm getting concerned now. What if there is no water on this world? It is doable without water, but it is hard
I gave
without
up on
water.
archiving your streams on DVD because one DVD only fits 2 hours of video and it was too expensive buying all the DVD. Guess I'll just live without my physical copy of all Toy Cat streams.
You know, you're making me realize we clearly have to make a pretend discard, like make a box, and inside the box it's just go to youtube.com/toycat. Do cauldrons fill with rain, or is that something I imagined? It is, but waiting for rain is going to be a very, very slow process. But that is our best backup plan. So if we don't have water, we will have to wait for rain to get water, which is, you know, perfectly fun. Can't fault the idea at all. It's just very, very interesting as a concept. So I'm going to stack up from here now. I'm going to place the polished andesite down there. I'm going to have to use a lot more polished andesite, so I'll use... You know, diorite works fine, though. Diorite. And then we're going to jump off there. It shouldn't have taken damage. That was a little bit silly of me. And just do this all the way down to the bottom. And then, now that we're at the bottom, mine all the bottom blocks. Because I just think they're an ugly part of the staircase. Maybe to some they're necessary, but not to me. And there we go. All the way to the bottom. We can officially say we have gone. And then once we move this block round there, and then move this block over there, we are back to mining. Okay, so I'm going to look over here for any iron and any water. Oh, chat, no, there might not be any water. Oh, yeah, no water. I mean, if there could be an underground reservoir. Oh, yeah, that is a very fun issue to have. I'm going to roll with it, chat, but this is a limitation. Also, make sure day cycle, weather, and tick speed are all set right. Yeah, I actually, just before the stream started, I realized I didn't have weather cycle turned on. Oh, random tick speed is set off. Is it meant to be 1? You know, some people are professional map makers, and some people are also professional map makers, but are very, very, very bad at setting them up for themselves. Gonna turn into a multi-stream challenge. Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to this one being a challenge that I can spend as much time as I like in. I like the idea of optimizing as much stuff as I can within a single chunk. It is a very, very small space. Let's go. Decaying is now a thing. So, yeah, so that's why decaying wasn't happening. Ah, right. Putting on a flash drive and whipping it out when my kids turn 13 to have the same life experience I did, says Adam Sony. You know, that is the real reason that USB sticks were invented. It's true. It's true. So is this a speedrun or a let's play, says Joshua? You know, I've never really liked the distinction between the two. I'm playing Minecraft, and I really like both styles, right? So I'm going to have the goal being beating Minecraft, but I'm going to indulge in all the fun stuff along the way too, right? It'd be silly not to. Speaking of things that are silly not to, well, look what I just found. That's fun. So we're in the deep slate layers now. Very concerning that we haven't yet found anything in here. It's a speed play, says Cat Beanie. Yeah, like, I think when I let's play Minecraft, one of the goals is to beat the game. I don't know why it wouldn't be. I think beating the game and then starting a let's play is a very, like, I wouldn't even say solid way to play. I think that's, like, a actively more fun way to play. Like, if you don't have access to a whole dimension, you're missing out on a lot of Minecraft stuff. And so, yeah, yeah, it's good to see you, Adam Sony. Good to see you, Xavier. Good to see you, Christopher Bowles. Melt the iron bars. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so if we don't find any iron, we've got enough iron bars that we could smelt down and make 1 ingot out of. Maybe even more than that. Let's break through this, actually. So we have, I think we should kill the silverfish spawner. I'm a little torn about it. Okay, so I'm just gonna deliberately do it this way. Activate all the silverfish blocks around here. And then I'm gonna have to, I don't think I'm gonna take down the spawner. It might be the only mob spawner we have. Although, I don't think it's gonna activate here anyway. So we'll keep the spawner. Okay. Maybe it will activate anyway. So yeah, killing silverfish isn't great XP. If we get, like, No, I can't imagine a world where it is good XP. I just can't imagine a world where it makes sense to do that. But still, it's a nice idea. We'll leave this place. We'll put one of these up just so that the silverfish don't come after me. But for now, I'm going deeper underground, looking for water. We have lava now. It's very rare that you find lava before water in a Minecraft world, but not impossible. And now we just have to go around this redstone. I can't mine redstone with a stone pickaxe, or I can, but it takes a long time and I don't get anything from it. And we've got to remember, redstone is limited, or rather, almost every block is limited in the early game. But redstone is especially limited. So we have to consider every single block that we're mining needs to go somewhere. And so, as Beth Voltaire says, this is my only spawner, so even though it's a silverfish spawner, it's not going to give me much XP. Having it there means that, like, you know, in theory, I can set up an AFK silverfish farm. Has anyone ever done that? Has there ever been a reason in the history of farms to have one of those? Iron bar to iron to cauldron to water. Yeah, so if we can get enough... Worst case, right? Okay, let's do the maths now. We need at least 7 iron, otherwise we'll never get water. We'll probably find it. But just in case we somehow don't find iron ore 2, we've got 1... Okay, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. We have enough iron to get 2 iron ingots. But that's not very much, so... bit of a problem. Just a bit of one, though. Not like a huge problem, just a smidgen of a problem. Anyway, now we're gonna keep on mining to the right here. We're gonna hit hit bedrock soon. It'll be a fun time. Silverfish are the desert well of mobs. You know, I hope silverfish aren't doing very desert well, though. That's all I can say. So, yeah, after the, okay. That's another cave. Can't witches drop redstone? Like I said, though, the way that you farm witches in a world like this is so limited that it's effectively saying... Once you mine all your redstone, redstone becomes a commodity rarer than... Oh, found some iron. Yes, chat. I knew it had to exist somewhere. But we do have iron. So if we don't find water... Wow, actually, if I can't get a villager farm set up, I have to really consider a lot of stuff. Like, it might be worth making some villagers, putting them together. Because... Also, why was that one piece of iron? Is the game taunting me? I guess this must technically be a cave that we're in right now. But still, very, 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 very beautiful. I earned that iron. Now, between this iron and the stuff we had before, I am now officially able to say... Okay, I'm just going to get myself out there. Between this and the iron I had before, I could now officially get a bucket. If nothing else, at the end of all of this, I'll have a bucket, chat. Also, now when I get back up to the surface, it's going to end up... On top of the surface, there's going to be a bunch of mobs. They might even be attacking my zombie as we speak. So hopefully not, but something to keep in mind.
Rawr.
Also... Thank you, Silk the Wiz. Oh! No! Well, I'm back home to sleep. Ooh. So, as you can see, my stuff is decaying now. That's very good. But I died. That's very bad. And even worse than that, a lot of that stuff has gone over the edge. A lot of that stuff is gone forever. Oh. I might go so far as to say that the challenge is a lot harder now. And also, even worse, my sheep despawned. Why did my sheep despawn, chat? Does anyone know that? There's got to be a good reason, right? Why would they, why have I lost everything I cared about? Okay, so I'm going to go underground. And I'm going to see what stuff survived. Put the sheep in a boat. You didn't interact with them. Oh, so you have to not only lock them up, you have to interact with them. Okay, my bad. So, this has been bad. But, let's stick with it. Let's stick with it for a bit. My animals despawn all the time, bug. Only fed or bred sheep don't despawn. Next time I'll try... Okay, so here's what survived that disastrous hit, chat. My one lamb mutton. It's the only remnant of sheep left in this world. 10 granite. A stone axe. Coal. And some cobblestone. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not looking good, is it? It's really, really bad. I might go so far as to say. So, pro tip. I don't know what I could have done. I wouldn't have been able to keep the sheep. That's fine. I've lost my shovel. That's fine. I've lost my wood. That's real bad. But you know what? What's not bad is, you know, there's definitely something in here that's not bad. I can't tell you what it is, though. There are definitely some positives to be gleaned from this. I can't tell you what they are. But now I will know, never die again. Okay, chat. Someone write this down. I want to make sure I remember this. I'm going to try not to die for the rest of this challenge, because I've learned about how bad it is. The wiki says you can't smelt iron bars. How can you not? It feels like you should be able to. But I think that's the thing. You take a feeling, doesn't make it a fact. At least you still have the villager, says Zero Rules. That's right. We lost our sheep. We lost all of our items. We lost our iron. But we didn't lose our villager. So, it sucks. But I always say that the moment you've lost things, even in this challenge where every single resource literally is gone forever, there is only so much cobblestone in this world, and I threw some of it away. I'm gonna do it. We might have lost our hopes and dreams, but we'll gain some new ones. You've still got that coal for trading. Yeah, if I need to trade, I can trade. Yeah, a villager might decide to walk off the side if you don't prevent it. Yeah. Honestly, that's a good point. We should lock him up. Chat, if you agree that we should do it, type lock him up in chat. I think... Actually, you know, is that bad for YouTube engagement? Anyway, so raw, no, says Silk the Wiz. You know what? The two sides of, what have I done? What have I done, chat? But yeah, there are the two sides. A zombie might kill him too. Yeah, I definitely am realizing that, like, the time I'm spending down here does have consequences as well as upsides. So let's make sure we keep that in mind. Okay, so imprison the villager. Says Spunro. Yeah, well let's imprison the villager. Let's take away his freedoms and rights. Let's do it. Also, Archie Fakeox says put a ring on it. You know, also Archie Fakoi. I have no idea how I said that so wrong. You know, if I like it, I should put a ring on it. Very bad logic, by the way. There are lots of things that I really like that I cannot put rings on. You know, you go to Five Guys, you try to put a ring on it. One of my more embarrassing stories of my life is trying precisely that. I got given a fake number. I had a Five Guys that was so good that you know, long story. Anyway, so send the villager to Brazil, says Erodit. I think that's a punishment too harsh for this. Onion rings on burgers are good. Yeah, is anyone, how do you guys feel about onion ring burgers? I feel like that, you know, like hash browns too, like throwing carbs on top of the already carby burger, it always feels like overkill to me. But on the other hand, you know, send him to France. You know, again, no cruel and unusual punishments in chat. Let's do our very best here. So, I need to find iron, chat. And oh, yeah. How do I find iron in a meaningful way? Shall I go back up to the lair in the chunk where I'm most likely to find it? What if I do not? Also, hash browns and breakfast sandwiches are chef's kiss, says Amanda Ree. Yeah, that's weird, actually. In the morning, there's a different set of acceptability criteria for what goes in a sandwich. Like, I feel like ketchup on a sandwich makes you like an 11-year-old. Ketchup on a breakfast sandwich? That is the refined and correct way to do things. I don't know why those are the rules. I'll be honest with you, I'm not sure it perfectly makes sense. But as I understand it, those are. So, yeah, I took out forgetting the iron he found by peeking next to the edge. I found iron peeking over the edge. Bidded 8319. You're saying, okay, you know what? I don't believe it, but I'm gonna go check just in case. I found out the UK has exactly one Denny's in Swansea of all places. We have exactly one Hooters and one what's that pizza restaurant called? Little Caesars. I think the UK is a theoretically good. So Addy Colmone, is it illegal to put your member-only content on DVDs? You know, as long as you keep the membership up, it's not illegal. I think because you own the rights to access the content. I think in general, like it's like emulation, right? It's only illegal if you don't have the right to do it normally. Where it gets messy is like, I know in a lot of cases, people might think they have rights they don't, but it's for member-only content. No one cares. You're fine. So light up the caves in the caves. When you get a bucket, find water and make a mob grinder for resources. So I'm gonna be honest. There is a diamond. Yeah. I cannot believe iron is rarer than diamonds for me right now. But that does seem to be the situation we're in. Yeah, it's at the stone cave. I did not see iron hanging over the edge of the stone cave, but I'm excited if I am wrong. I would love to be wrong about this. There are very few things where you get excited to maybe be wrong, but this is definitely one of those for me. So now we're gonna have to stack up a block over here. Then we'll make some more polished deep slate, and we'll stack up to there, and we're still not quite where we want to be. Hey! Thank you, Silk the Wiz, for becoming the 409th channel member. Now you have access to Toycat bathing in various liquids, and to paraphrase what you're saying, raw indeed. I am, in fact, a kitty cat. The UK probably has more femboy Hooters uniforms than actual Hooters uniforms. Oh, there's zero chance that's not true, yeah. 11 members till Doritos, says Xavier. It's true, 11 more members, chat, and I will be bathing in a tub filled with square... Okay, mob spawn up there. Why are there mobs spawning up here, though? That doesn't make any sense to me. But this is a handy way to get bones. I need bones quite badly, so I'm taking it. And there's some string. I don't think I need string, but you never know when you need string. So yeah, we can't do any fishing in this world until we line that up too. But I'm just gonna go looking around for iron, because chat is sure oh yeah, wow. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are so close to getting enough for a cauldron. I think we could find water below this world though. And I know that's silly, because if I find it, you'll be like, oh, I bet you just knew Toycat. And if we don't find it, you'll think I'm, you know, just ridiculous for spending the time. I think the odds of there being water in a cave somewhere aren't impossible. So I'm going to dig a big core tunnel through the middle, maybe. Why were the spiders neutral and not aggressive? Because it's daytime and they can see the sun. But then why would they spawn in the first place is the more important question. None of it makes any sense. All I know is I'm going to lure the... cows into a pen over here, and then I'm going to punch them or something. Whatever it takes to get this done. So, that is a big tree, by the way. That is a very, very big tree. I'm going to just make a little staircase on the side of this house for now. I know I don't want to... I'm going to be careful about how much outside of the world I go on this. So, I'm just going to stack some blocks, call it a day, and... Okay, that is complete. That is a full piece of wheat ready for me. And we bone mill another one, but it was kind of a waste, I think. All things considered. Okay, so I can't... I lost my other seeds. And I lost my other dirt, too. Dirt is very, very limited until I can trade with piglins. So that is actually of some consequence. But I'm just going to lure the cows into this hole together. And hopefully we get to keep cows. I feel like cows are less useful for us than sheep would have been. But, you know, beggars cannot be choosers. Okay, so let's, okay. For whatever reason, my pick block is always different. Okay, no. Just stay this way. There we go. Thank you. So, is this on the marketplace? It's AJ the Brick. Nope, I made this in, I don't think it would meet marketplace standards. Like, you have to build... It's some really arbitrary amount, like a 300 by 300 structure or something. And in one chunk, that would be impossible. You'd have to cheese the rules by being like, oh, in the end, we have a 300 by 300 structure. But then that would feel silly in its own right. I haven't considered how to put this on the marketplace. And, you know, maybe one day, like with all things, like if people really want something, we can make it happen. Because it is always sad that console players otherwise can't access stuff like this. Also, we just turned some of our dirt into Podzol. Probably fine. So, yeah, now we're going to make some... what should we make now? We should make another couple of stone pickaxes. I'm out of wood, but thankfully a big pile of it just showed up here. I cut the tree down so I can. You know, what if I don't want to cut the tree down? You ever consider my rights and my obligations? Okay, we're going to jump up to here. This is going to be the start of my brand new staircase in the tree, which will just continue climbing upwards and should be great. I'm going to get enough wood to be good for a very long time. What's wrong with Podzol? Gravel is quite limited too, says Yines. Yeah, I mentioned this earlier, but in case some other people have just joined, you know, Yines is very intelligent, clearly, but no, a lot of people are saying you can make more dirt by combining coarse dirt. Coarse dirt uses up your limited amount of gravel, and gravel does have value too. Even if you just turn gravel into flint, that has some value to your world. It has to be said. So let's make a stone set of everything. Actually, I'm just about to get iron, so this was actually a dumb time to do this. But there we go. I want to make sure that I get some... I want to get enough iron before it rains. And I don't ever have to think about it ever again. So let's go underground. And let's get what might be the only iron vein in this world. Chat, so something I haven't considered is if we have to make a cauldron, what should I do with the rest of my iron? Is an iron pickaxe worthwhile so I can mine maybe the 4 diamonds that might exist in this world? You know, there's all these things that you don't consider. Like, iron is never a limited resource. But in this world, it's so limited. It's so limited. Okay, so I'm going to go for the iron. I'm going to just do it. An iron hoe, says Spurnro. Questionable decision-making ability right there. So, no other use for gravel. No, gravel can be turned into flint, which is great. Flint is very useful for lots of things. But mostly for making, if we're being honest, it's for making arrows, but I won't need to do that. Or it's for making fletching tables, which I might need to do. Or I guess how many fletching tables do you need is a fair question. So I found 8 iron, and I'm hoping that's not the entire world supply. But I'm going to level with you, chat. It might be that I have 8 iron, and that is as much as I will ever have. Oh, flint and steel too. Yeah, so both of these examples are ones that most people only craft a limited number of times. I guess you'd probably craft a flint and steel more than you craft arrows. Oh, there's an iron up there. Chat, I missed that. Okay, so 9 iron. That now brings me up to almost enough for a bucket and a cauldron. So that would be big. That would be very big. It means I won't have to do some crazy stuff to get some iron. So yeah, let's, I'm going to go smelt them real quick, just at least put it away. And then I'm going to start thinking about... So 10 iron is the minimum I need to really make this challenge work. 13 iron and I can get diamonds. Although what am I going to do with the diamonds? Besides play creator. Yeah, I have to be really cautious. I have to really think about what I want to do here. So, we're going to put in the coal. We'll just put in like 9 for now. And I'm going to smelt up the raw iron. I'm just going to do it. It's a slightly wasteful... No, I can't do that to myself. Okay, I'll just put in 1, and then I'll smelt the other thing up with a wooden pickaxe or something. Yeah, I like the wooden pickaxe, but I would much prefer to have a full piece of iron. Because wood is at least renewable. That's the first thing I've worked out as to how to be renewable, chat. And I'm very pleased with that. Then, if we get 13 iron... I've got water eventually sorted, and I've got diamonds sorted now. If I get 10, I can sort water eventually. I'm good now. If I only have 9 iron in this whole world, which is really possible, I will need, in either case, I need to have an iron farm one day, right? To have this be a long-term world, that is a requirement. Also, we did a poll to see whether we should be able to build outside of the chunk or not. And 57% of people said yes and 43% of people said no. That is a tricky one to have a definitive answer. Are you in a biome that rains? I believe the jungle biome rains. Lena rains, am I right? Alex J, thank you for becoming the 410th channel member. We are 10 away from bathing in Doritos now. A very silly thing to say out loud, but a very true thing. So, yeah, I'm going to stack up just a little higher, and we're going to go make another stone axe. Not an iron axe, chat. The iron is too valuable for that. Then we're going to go immediately place this into a cauldron. Where is a cauldron? Chat. Is a cauldron a real recipe? Did I hallucinate that one day? Okay, so... No, the cauldron's not real, chat. The cauldron is not real. I don't know why it wouldn't be. But as you can definitively see, it's not one of these things here. So what we'll do instead is we'll go back in. We'll craft it manually. Looks like that, I think. Yeah, there we go. We're good. Did I just hear you say you're going to bathe in Doritos? Says Lorenzo 2. I very wrong on the name there. Apologies one more time. Yes, that is what will happen at 420 channel members. The Toy Cat Bathes in series is getting seriously good. Extra professional. Or extra unprofessional. Cauldron was removed in 1.20, says Chaotic. Very chaotic comment, gotta say. So 2 iron it is just, it's not good. I could maybe, what could I do if I don't get enough iron for a bucket? I have to start smelting stuff. So I could flip your leggings and there you have it. It's weird that the game didn't know about that, right? Am I crazy? Did we all not see that too? Or was I just having a moment there or something like that? Anyway, I'm now going to make my my deep slate into polished deep slate and make stairs. No, I think we'll make the ladder first. It seems like a more useful way to use my time. And then, so, planks. Trousers are just upside down water holders. Upside down water holders are just trousers. Wait. You know, everything is just everything else but in reverse when you really dive into it. So I could make a fishing rod, but there'd be nothing to fish from. Would be nice if we could, but we cannot. And also I'm going to go through more than one stone axe, so I'm just committing to that right now. So let's jump up the tree, go all the way to the top. This is very good for wood, by the way, but very bad for getting more saplings, at least like in relative to chopping down 4 more of these. So that's something just to keep in mind. But let's chop it all down and probably get like a lifetime supply of wood. Then I think we should... I disagree with the decision of the majority, says Dasher. Yeah, I feel like... Okay, so here's the logic. If we could build outside of the chunk, eventually this becomes like, I don't know, a void world that had 1 chunk to begin with. That's kind of nice by itself. It gives the world more potential longevity, but that longevity comes at the cost of not having to stack everything perfectly. If you force it to be limited world, it means that everything I ever want to do has to be done in this world size. However, that means stuff like iron farms can't exist. Also, it was good to see you, Zedronic. I do feel like there is a problem of you can't do some things within 1 chunk. Maybe you could make a more innovative design, you could argue. I guess that's not impossible. Since when did hose break leaf sparse? Says wondering. I think it was the Never update. I think that was a good one. Well, it's one of those quality of life changes, for sure. It's not doing a great job for me right now, but in general, it's good quality of life change. So, yeah, would fortune be worth going for, or is that only a treasure enchant? Oh yeah, so that's something worth considering. If every single ore we mine is so valuable, we shouldn't mine it all until we have a chance of getting fortune. Yeah, actually, that's really, really important. So I'm going to leave a lot of ore blocks in place. Once I get past 13 iron, I'll leave the rest of it hanging out because I could get more iron by mining it later. With diamonds, you only need 2 diamonds for an enchantment table because I'm not going to find fortune... There's no fortune enchantment book lying around. I have to actually enchant for it, or trade for it in theory. Trading for it's very hard though. I have 1 villager. We have to get a 2nd villager which means we need a golden apple and a splash push weakness. Oh man, everything is so hard. I love it though. I love a challenge that really makes you examine every single decision you're ever making on a level that you don't even know that you want to necessarily. But yeah, let's go to sleep. But yeah, getting a librarian villager would be hard, but maybe worthwhile on this seed. Is that the smith could potentially trade fortune tools? Does he have enchanted gear, if anything, right now? No. There we go. In we go to sleep. It only takes one block in front of that villager's door to trap him in his house. Yeah, I think what we'll just do is we'll set up a single slab or something. Something as simple as one of these. We just put that there, and now he can't leave. Perfect. He stays inside. Mobs don't get him. I can put some trapdoors in or something like that. I'm not sure it's necessary though. We can put that on the other side and then like double secure him. Probably won't be necessary. Better remove the campfire first. Oh yeah, that's that's a good point. Okay, I'll let this be the. Oh, that wasted some. I made some coal into charcoal. That's bad actually. So I'm gonna take the villager's bed away, and you can just live here by yourself. And now I have to make myself a separate house next to the villager. Maybe opposite the villager. I could live right here, right? This could be a nice place to live. And then between us, we could have the ladder down and up through the world. So right here, or right here or something, we'll do that. So let's make a house, chat, and let's make it a very cozy, tiny house. I want to make sure that all my stuff is relatively easily accessible. So we'll make the walls of the house out. So this is how you make a functional house in Minecraft. We'll make the walls out of the house entirely out of functional blocks. So we'll make some of the walls out of furnaces, some of the walls out of crafting tables, and we'll make the ceiling out of chests. So we need to have like probably 6 chests to make a ceiling. And so now we have our furnace. We need to have a window in here too, but that's... Ooh, it's scary back there. So, you know what? Let's say we can't place blocks outside of the chunk then, chat. It's crazy, but we'll say that that's true. We'll place a crafting table wall here. And then a furnace wall over here. We'll have a little gap in the furnace wall. I'll have my bed be on the ground here. Little gap in the wall. So that I can view out the sides. And at the very top of the house, we'll have the chests. And so by making our house very functional like this, now I can ensure that, you know, the space in the world is being used to its best effectiveness, in my opinion. We'll also place chests, like maybe over here. And then another set of chests on this backside over there. Yeah, I think this is what we gotta do. So, looks good to me. Then we can break this block. And we'll place it up there. And then for the corner blocks, we should start having the stuff that's like niche, but you need to have around anyway. So stone cutters, for example, stuff like that. We use slabs in the meantime, just to keep the light in, but will be great. So, let's now make a door for this. That's a must-have, right? We'll have a bunch of trapdoors around. Again, minimizing space at all costs. So we'll have a spruce trapdoor hanging out like here. Perfect. We clearly need to have a second one go just above that. So there, on top of it. And then we'll have one more spruce trapdoor and then one regular door. So the one regular door, it's expensive to craft, but it's very necessary. Regular door goes there. And then the trapdoor can go just above it. And by just having this little extra infusion, we've now kept ourselves safe from zombies while still not using any extra blocks. That way I can use this floor space right here to, you know, I can put my brewing stand here. Other items like that I want to have inside my house. Functional Minecraft house. It's beautiful. I know, you don't need to tell me. So yeah, I could also put some shutters down on these windows in case it gets too bright in the mornings. Also, I think I should probably walk into the bed. Yeah, let's have the bed go, like, along here. That way we can walk into a little bit more entertaining space. That way if I have some guests around, they can, like, you know, some people can sit on the bed, some people can not. Okay, so this is the perfect starter house. If you are looking to make a Minecraft house and you want to make sure it's actually very good, this is the one you want to go for. Obviously, we've left some space for, eventually, a brewing stand for stonecutters and all the other things that you'd want to have in a house. But I think it's very good otherwise. Okay, so now that we've got the two houses sorted, I need to go perfectly in between them, which I would say is these two blocks here. And I'm going to dig straight down, and I'm going to make some ladders there. That way it's easier to get up and down through the rest of the world, something which will be important. Or maybe we shouldn't use ladders. We should just use a staircase at the very edge of the world. It's a hard one to be sure, but I think a ladder is a more efficient space-wise solution. Space is what matters here more than anything else. So let's do it. Let's go ladder mode. Let's go crazy into the ladder mode. Make a whole stack of sticks. I've got so many planks in fact. Let's just make a whole stack of planks. And then we can make a whole 4 stacks of sticks. And then we can make 99 ladders. Sounds good to me. And so now, in fact, having 2 ladders might be frivolous. Maybe 1 ladder is perfect. Also, the purple bed complements the roof perfectly. Thank you. I know, right? It looks very nice here together. I'm glad that you can see that for what it is. These corner spaces are wasted. I'm looking forward to later having like an anvil there and these sorts of things. But it looks very good. Anyway, so let's start digging down as far as we can go and placing ladders. So digging down is bad in some people's opinion, but we don't need to care about those people because they're not in this one chunk with me. I am the last human being alive besides the villager. I'm the last human being alive whose opinion matters, and so I need to make sure that we are going to be... I have to make very, very sure that we get this right. So let's go up while we still can, place some ladders, and then dig straight down some more. So there is a small risk of falling straight into lava, but we'll be fine. And also, so one of the things I have to do with this world is I have to start making as many layers of this up as I can. Think about it, right? I need to... the world only has 256 blocks, but it has so much vertical height that I could probably go ahead and make some space. You know, I could have a whole crop layer if I was to make some space for that. So it's something that is worth considering. Is the build limit still the same? Hey, iron! Yes! This is my 3rd iron, chat, and my 4th iron. I have enough for a bucket. Finally. I will eventually have water. One day. Oh, yeah, that's exciting. So, Kat, what's the song that played for the dono, says Kedoma? So it's when someone becomes a member, which is, of course, a very important thing on YouTube. It plays Creator by Lena Ray. So we've now got 4 iron. Finally a bucket. Massive Toycat W. Thank you. Chat, together, we will not be dying in this world. And we will be going to the Nether at the very least. Minecraft is completable if we can just deal with ender pearls. Ender pearls are a big mystery, to say the least. But, yeah, we're going to have to start segmenting our chests. And I think we're going to use this chest here. Actually, we use the rear chest because it's the least lookable one, just for junk. Stuff that's like, yeah, at some point, maybe this is useful, but not to me right here, right now. And then we're also going to start placing down saplings. We've got plenty of saplings, so let's replace the mega tree. We could start placing saplings everywhere. In fact, I'll make a dedicated layer of this world, specifically for saplings eventually, I think. But right now, we'll just make another big mega chunk of it. And let's keep heading down. So, is the end one chunk 2? It's going to be a strange dragon fight, if so. If you're... I don't know if it's unlisted or if it's members only, but I designed this world on a stream. Just because I've wanted to do this forever, but I didn't know how to actually show it off as one chunk. It looks like... I'm glad people are appreciating the version we have that exists right here. Just make sure you don't destroy all those grass blocks, Toycat. Yeah, that is a... that is actually an interesting point I wouldn't have thought about until too late. So thank you for the tip there. So I need to have some blocks go behind this, and I think I'm just going to use... Deep slate seems good, but it can't be used for everything. That's its problem, really. So I think we'll use granite or diorite. I think diorite's nice. I think we'll pick up some diorite and use that for the backing of this staircase, or this ladder. Let's go mine some right now. There's going to be very little diorite in this world. Is this my supply for now? Looks like it is. We're going to make sure we get as much as we can. You have 200 more blocks of height to work with. Plenty of space. Yeah, I'm hoping that the amount of space I have feels like enough. Because I want to have an entire layer of this world dedicated to trees. That's going to be like 10 blocks high. I want to have an entire layer of this world dedicated to lots of different things. Because the very top layer needs to be my pretty stuff, right? Or my prettiest stuff. Everything is pretty in this world, of course. Not wanting to criticize you, but you have 3 blocks filled with items that your house is made of. I have 3 blocks filled with items that my house is made of. I do not understand that one, but I appreciate the constructive criticism. Now I'm going to place a ladder on the front of this house so I can climb it more easily. I guess you can just jump onto it like that. Hey, speaking of just like that, thank you, Zero Rules, for remembering. This time actually remembering. I don't know why sometimes that plays like it's a new member and sometimes it doesn't do it. It's a weird system. So, yeah, I think light up your house. I think the house is plenty lit. Thank you very much. Yeah, I think a campfire would go good in the house, though. So if I can make a campfire using charcoal, that would be good. Can you use charcoal? You can. Perfect. So I'll use some. I'll use a campfire for the. Has to go somewhere smart. So we'll use a campfire for one of the corners over here, maybe. Or maybe we could place it like right here. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Okay, so now I have a way. As you can see, this is a heater. This will keep me warm at night, but also it will cook my things. You have 2 furnaces and a crafting table out in the wild. Yeah, you know what? Eventually, these blocks do gotta go. You're totally right. Very silly of me to leave them there when there's so much room in the house for them. So I'm gonna take this crafting table just to make sure that I use the most space-effective ones. I'm gonna check. Oh, wow, chat, we got a sheep with the cows. That is unexpected, actually. Very unexpected. And, yeah, what happened to the old member music? We switched it to creator for the 1.21 lead up. I think it was a good decision, personally. I'm loving it a lot. So now we can... Oh, I didn't get seeds back for that one. Oh, I've got 1 seed left. Why is wheat like that sometimes? Like if I lose any more, I'm out of seeds. Not for good. You can bone meal the ground, I guess. But yeah, kind of concerning. Kind of concerning. So let's go mine some more diorite. I'm gonna need a couple of stone pickaxes, probably like 4 stone pickaxes. Let's just make them all now. And let's go mining. So this lair will be something in this world. I don't know what, but we're gonna make it into something. We'll just start mining out the entire area now. And then later we can use it for whatever we feel like. There is a bush back there. Speaking of 1.21 lead up, there are just 9 days to go. It's true, 9 days until 1.21 is out. Next Thursday, chat. It's interesting because I do feel like, especially compared to the console days, there's a slight mutedness towards like, yeah, well the update's out, but you play it when you play it. But it is so cool to me. One of the things that I still like, to me, like this lead up to me is like, okay, what do we find in this update? What is in there? It's the process that would have happened just after an update came out, but now I do it like a few days in advance. So even things like, how is the update different between Java and Bedrock is something I'm currently looking at. And it's like, oh yeah, quite a lot of ways, actually, as it turns out. So yeah, there's always interesting things you can find. First time an update released on a Thursday. I think last year it released on a Thursday too. They released on a Thursday, we assumed, so they could have the same release day as the year before. But I guess they just like Thursdays now. They might be moving to a Thursday release set schedule. But it's hard to say for sure. Also, good to see you, HHFF. How would you like me to pronounce your name? I do think that's fun. Last year was a Wednesday. Was it a Wednesday last year? I felt like, was it a Tuesday, then a Wednesday, and this year would have been a Thursday? I'm so bad on my dates. I can't stress you on that. Also, how big is one chunk? It is 16 by 16, Polly. Also, hope you are doing very desert well in the near future. I do also hope that one chunk visibility, you know, like, I want to raise awareness for one chunk in this series, you know? there's a lot of times where there's a lot of awareness that needs to be raised in this world, as we're always saying. And so this is a great way for that. Was Warden 1.19? I was hyped for that. Also, wow, so much coal. I lost one, so I'm going to be very careful not to lose more. It was the first time I ever really waited for an update, I think. It's interesting looking back, because I think a lot of people criticize, like, oh yeah, it's like it's one of the more bland updates. But I think the Warden definitely added a lot of spice to Minecraft. I think the biggest problem people have with it is that they added a boss mob, but that wasn't a boss. People love the idea of more bosses to fight in Minecraft. I don't think they enjoy the idea of actually fighting them, but it's the aspirationality of it, in my opinion. I think there's a real good reason to want to do that. So, yeah, before 1.19, I didn't even know Minecraft updated. It's going to be such a cool feeling to be like, wait, did Minecraft just change? And then one day realize that, whoa, they've been doing this intentionally for a while, huh? So yeah, when I dig out this just entire area, I guess for now it can spawn mobs. Do we want an area that spawns mobs for now? Maybe not. We'll think about it. But we got a big area here regardless. Nice and high, nice and good. 1.19 was a 6-month cycle. Good update for the time. Yeah, if you put it in that perspective, to pronounce it the way you already do. Oh, HHFF, sorry. But, yeah, it's a, I think if you put it that way, it's pretty good. I think, yeah, especially, really. I think if there were more 6-month update cycles, you'd see a lot more questionable updates and a lot more very, very good updates. A little bit more variety in that. Whereas a lot of updates right now, a full year means it's rare that you get one that falls on its face or anything. But they also, people like start to expect certain things from an update in a way that might eventually cause problems for them. Speaking of causing problems, Ben Dover, very lovely name by the way. If you built outside the chunk, is it one chunk? I mean, it's one chunk of Minecraft terrain, right? That would be where the one chunk name comes from. But yeah, you're right. There is a hotly contested debate about whether you can dig outside the one chunk in a one chunk, and so I think we won't do it for now. I think we won't do it for now. I think that's the simplest solution, so it's the one we'll stick with. So my one chunk is going to have to be very, very hotly contested real estate. Like, if I want to have an iron farm eventually, which is going to be a requirement because there's just no iron on this world, chat. It's nowhere to be found. I've got barely enough for a bucket and a cauldron. So, in fact, could I have found a cauldron in the Nether? No. Where do you find cauldrons naturally? An igloo? Okay, there's no cauldrons happening anywhere around here. Democracy wins. I think that's interesting. Last time I played Minecraft was very early. I think I stopped watching it well over 10 years ago. Oh wait, I missed some of that comment. 1.21 already has lots of problems compared to 1.20. Lots of bugs still. Yeah, there is there's this big problem when an update is finished where they're like, oh, now we have to make sure it's actually ready to play. Like, adding features is really fun. Fixing bugs is just not. And so, especially when you've got a studio like Mojang, who are very, I don't know, like, high on the needs of, it's very hard to convince a studio full of very talented people like that to work on something like that. So, yeah, there was some vote frauds. We had to assume what everyone meant was no, says Chantilixley, for democracy's sake. You know, I guess that's the only logical way to do it. We have no democracy, only the iron will of Toycat. Yeah, Oliver PI, I'm glad that you've been following the streams for long enough to know that. Some people get up in here and they're like, oh, you're not going to listen to the will of the people? And it's like, no. If you want to go somewhere of the will of the people, go vote for your, like, this is what you do. You vote for your local, representative. And you tell them, I want Toycat to do his one chunk stream this way. And if he gets enough signatures and he can pass it in his, like a government body, then maybe I'll be forced to bend to your will and the will of the popular people in general. But otherwise, assuming that that's not the case, and I sure hope it's not in most situations, otherwise it's like, yeah, this is just one guy doing some stuff on the internet. I keep pressing that button rather than the one I intend to press, chat. Big problem I have here. So yeah, this is the bottom of the world. I haven't gone all the way to the true bottom yet. But as you can see, it's coming together nicely. I think down here we should use polished deep slate. We used andesite up there, but it fits the rest of the terrain a little bit better if we do that. Then we'll continue digging down. I'll get just a lot of the dig down sorted right now. And so now we just need ladders. Let's go do that. And then once we get ladders in, we can solve a lot of these other problems we have. So I'm going to go right up to the layer where deep slate starts. Just so I can work out where I should dig for iron. I think right here, chat, this is where I want to dig for iron. Right over here, just above where this cave begins. So the lowest, yeah, the lowest point in the cave is a little bit above this. I'm gonna strip mine for iron very briefly. I'm not gonna mine iron if I do find it, because I want to wait for fortune. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. HHFF, how do you feel about the state of the Mace Toy Cat? I would be upset if I was a Java player. Separately, I'd be upset with how the Mace is on Java. Yeah, I think the Mace is just not a fun weapon to use on Java. I really like the Bedrock Mace. I think no matter how much, even if they nerf it a trillion times, I've been playing with the Mace in legit survival for part of my beating Minecraft with all the 1.21 features. It's fun every time. It puts a smile on my face to use Wind Burst. Like, it almost kills me so often, and it's still making me smile. How many other things can almost kill you but make you smile, chat? Yeah, you wouldn't ever want to play it. You wouldn't ever want to use it in hardcore, which is maybe an issue you could actually say is a problem with it. But I think it's pretty fine for most of what it's doing. Okay, so let's place some blocks here, just so we can have an easy way in. Okay, I hear a silverfish. A little bit concerning. And then let's start branching some more. There's gotta be some iron down here, chat. There's gotta be some. Apparently not. Anyways, let's get all the way to the top. I could kill some skeletons tonight. I think I'm gonna need to kill some skeletons tonight. Should we, chat? Should we wait for some mobs to spawn? Like, we got spiders here. Maybe we should wait for things like that in other places. So I'm gonna sit here. Oh, okay. This is bad. This is bad. I don't want to be doing this. Okay, so maybe this is a sign of why we shouldn't do the thing that I just said we were about to do. Okay, so I'm gonna go up to the surface. By the time I get up there, there will be mobs, and I am ready to fight those mobs. You so fast on ladders, says Eagersup. Yeah, compared to the jumping like this, definitely much faster. So, very compact and efficient vanilla bases remind me of old faction servers. But to my knowledge, Modern Factions has lots of weird mechanics. I never got into factions. I felt like it was, you had to be both younger than me and also playing Java exclusively. I don't know how I would have enjoyed factions. It's like a very multiplayer experience. My favorite type of multiplayer games are the ones you can play as single player games. Like, you don't need to know anybody, or you don't have to, there's no need for all that stuff in, like, I don't know, a Call of Duty game. You just hit find match, and it pairs you against people who might as well be bots as far as you're concerned. By the way, I realize how close to the edge of the world my stuff is. Feels concerning in hindsight. Also, the sheep despawned because I didn't interact with it. Something to keep in mind. I'm gonna interact with this sheep very briefly, and we're gonna lead him up the staircase. Put him inside the cow pen. There we go. Hopefully that means he won't despawn now. Also, I just realized how dangerous this whole world is. But yeah, let's go back down to the Darklet, and let's see when that is. So, yeah, I see a zombie, I see a skeleton, I see lots of stuff, actually. Okay, I'm just gonna... Okay. There we go, we're safe. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna break a block there and let the baby zombies come at me first. Baby zombies are scary, so we're gonna deal with them before anything else. Then we're gonna break this block and hope there's not lava below me. If there was, it wouldn't be bad. I need lava a little bit. I need water much more. And then we're gonna... That was a zombie villager, actually. We could have maybe got some value from him. Oh, there's a baby zombie! Okay, that skeleton is all I want to kill. Everything else is just getting between me and what I really want in this world. And so now we check if the creeper's still out there. I feel like he might be. There he is. And now we have to worry about the exact same thing as we go up to the surface, because now there'll be mobs spawning up there. So, something to keep in mind. Yeah, I need to just make a dedicated dark spot in this world. Yeah, I'm gonna make, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a dedicated space where it can be dark, but I don't have to worry. Okay. Actually, it looks like I've already done that. Look at me being so ahead of the curve, chat. I said I wanted it, and then I'd already done it. So we're just gonna check for any mob, not pillagers, not pillagers, not pillagers, not pillagers. Oh, don't get in this house, please. Okay, I think I'm fine. I'm just gonna go to sleep. I can't go to sleep. There are monsters nearby. I'm gonna knock him over the edge. Sorry about that. There are still monsters nearby. Okay, so this is a problem, but I can get the ominous effect, and then I'll get a real good discount on some stuff, maybe. Oh, okay. That's so interesting. That's making me swim on my bed like this. So we'll just open up here, and we'll find the guy with the banner. So where are you, skeleton? There you are. I'll kill the skeleton first. He's the easy choice. The guy with the banner is out there, so if I just knock the other fellas off, that's all I really need to do. Oh, he's murdering me. Absolutely murdering me. So we'll just shut that. We'll eat. I wish I could sleep, but instead we'll do a little bit of cooking, because I do need food soon. And let's go, Rick. Let's go. Where are you, skeleton? I'm getting you. I'm getting you. Okay. Yes, he's dead. Okay, so now it's just the pillagers we worry about. As you can see, they do hurt. Can I look on the other side of these trapdoors? Not very easily. We can sleep though. You don't need to worry about pillagers. I think it must have been an arrow that fell on me actually. Now it's morning. I pick up my food. I'm gonna check what's on the other side of this door. I'm just dead if I go out there and there's a pillager. Okay, there's no pillagers. There's just the one guy with the banner, and he is far enough away that it is easy for me to deal with. So I'm just gonna stand right here, and I'm gonna peek out and get him between his shots. Okay, get him once. Oh, no, don't shoot the cows. Okay, so that's working for me. And now we got the bad omen effect. This will be my last bad omen, probably, till 1.21. Very exciting time. And we should have got a banner, too. Oh, tell me mob loot isn't turned off or something like that. Mob loot's on. Tile drops are on. Nope. He just didn't drop his... Oh, I'm so dumb. I didn't see it, chat. I swear. Okay, we got the banner. So now I have a new item. Exciting. And now there are still at least 2 cows. You're right, Taco Cat. Let's be more positive about ourselves. And just to taunt our good friend the villager, we'll put this banner above his house. Wait, it looks like he might have been murdered. Oh no. Oh no, chat. Chat. I don't know why he opened the door. That was a really poor decision on his behalf. But, I have 0 villagers. Oh, the series is going from strength to strength. Okay, we're fine. You don't need villagers to be successful. Our prisoner is... How did that... Yeah. I'm learning a valuable lesson here, chat. This is fine. Yeah, everything is fine so far. If you just ignore the things that aren't fine, we're doing just fine. So without a raid... Oh, yeah, we would have gotten a raid, right? So we don't... That's actually a good thing that the villager is dead. Never trust the door to secure villagers. He opened the door for himself. Why would he do that? Why would he? Anyway, we got a tree to chop. It's a very small tree for a big tree. You know, it's a very big small tree, if you know what I'm saying. Or a very small big tree. He was sent to Brazil, France, or wherever he wanted. You know, hopefully it was wherever he wanted and not one of those other places. Okay, so without a villager, we have lost access to a chunk of the game. We can always find 2 golden apples and always get 2 splash potions of weakness. And it's not impossible to make your own village from scratch, but having a villager makes it 50% easier. Villagers are only good at getting killed. I agree. We don't need no villagers. It's not going to help me beat Minecraft, that's for sure. Yeah. I don't need villagers to beat Minecraft. That villager dying has saved me quite a bit of work. I am very happy with him being gone. So how do you get an apple with no oak saplings? You can trade for oak saplings from the Wandering Trader. Oh, but we can't get emeralds anymore. Oh, yeah. We are stuck in a loop. We're stuck in a bad loop. There should be a cooked piece of meat around here somewhere. You know where it is, chat? Do you know where it's even going to pop off to? I really can't picture. Do I have it? Okay, I've got it. So I'll eat this as my now food. And then I don't know what I'll do for my later food. The good news is you have a house now. You know what? You're right. I have 2 houses now, chat. It's kind of sad. In an apocalypse-style scenario, losing the one other humanoid figure alive would be bad, usually. I'm feeling fine about it, though. So let's go digging down, and let's see what we can find as the basis for our new world. Does that sound good? Sounds good to me. So just to confirm, it hasn't rained, but I'm still staying optimistic about that one. And yeah, let's also chop down this tree. I think at this point we've got enough wood that we don't need to start placing trees that unnecessarily. My 360 world didn't have a village. I created one by curing 2 zombie villagers. Credit to you for that. I feel like it's very rare to have a 360 world without villagers. That was one of the beauties of the world gen. It was hard to have a world without a woodland mansion, honestly. But yeah, the lack of a golden apple. Okay, we could get a golden apple by... Yeah, I think that villager being dead has locked us out. Without the experimental villager trading, which you guys all got angry about, we can't we can't make a villager. A villager is gone forever, and so the pillager banner being there is actually quite appropriate now that you think about it. Yep, it's gone. It's locked off forever. We will persevere, though. We will persevere, chat. Perseverance is the name of this series, and we'll make it work. Foxes drop emeralds sometimes when killed. So this should be a tiger biome, but I think it might technically be a jungle chaotic. But otherwise, that'd be something. We could kill a lot of foxes. It's not too early to restart and pretend. There's no pretending necessary here, I think you'll find. Are you gonna make a pig farm and get a lightning rod, says Richie C? It is it's a good classic for the channel, right? Very good classic. Since you're an internet cat, you have to persevere, says Dan Marsh. Persevere I shall. Yeah, I'm liking this. This is giving me lots of knowledge about this challenge that you just only realize when you're like deep in it and you're like, oh, what about that? I love the theory crafting that goes into stuff like this. So even without it all being pre-planned, I'm like picking it all up as I go. Like, okay, how can I get to a villager? I need to get emeralds. So name the villager, says Toby Piggy. You don't name a villager after he's died. That's silly. So it was good to see you, Apporcher. I thank you for thank you very much for the condolences for the villager. I feel like this villager death will be remembered as the most significant death of the series. Even when all those sheep despawned, I was willing to get it. Even when I died, it would be good. Copying over a chunk from a mountain would have solved the emerald problem without biomes. So we had to pick a chunk that had so I wanted it to be a legit spawn chunk, right? And so this is a legit spawn chunk for the Nether and the Overworld. It's just I wanted to make it float in the middle of the air. I figured that would be an easy way to communicate to anyone looking. Like, oh yeah, do you see out there? We can't go out there. Oh, there's vines. We can't go out there. You want to know why? Because it's void. As opposed to like just because I'm saying I can't. Make a grave for the villager to remember him, says Spoonrow. We should do that. We should put a little sign. Something to commemorate the good times we had together. That's definitely true. You know, rest in pieces, villager. Rest in pieces. So I think over here is where my ladder is. I don't see it yet though. There it is. We'll just dig that. Just so I have another point of access to it. I think these are important places to see. Or maybe they shouldn't, this ladder shaft shouldn't be open out like this. But it's the way I'm doing it, so it's the way I'm doing it. Okay, joinable game, says CanPsych. Oh, thank you. Please do not join it. My bad. Okay, so... Or if someone joins it and wants to roleplay a villager, you can sit there and every time I give you 16 coal, you could give me an emerald. And then we wouldn't need a villager, you know? I'm just saying. We could work it out. Suggestion for a gravestone sign. Okay, I'm liking your suggestion, Dasher. Let's roll with it. Okay. So we're gonna make it out of spruce, obviously. It's the logical choice for a sign. Also the only choice. And we're gonna make sure that future me remembers what went wrong here. Love is not an open door. And then we'll put like rip above that O. Rip, Mr. Blacksmith. Rip armor, I guess is what he actually was. I don't know what's going wrong here. You know, that works. It totally works. Here lies our hopes and dreams. Oh, and a villager too. And then we'll call this one Compact Cozy Studio Home. Actually, I'll put the sign like here. Cozy, eco-friendly, compact designer home. There we go. Now people know that I'm not living in poverty. I'm living in a extremely nice place. You know, it is kind of fun. Like something that I didn't realize till way too late in life is that like having a lot of space or having very little space is both you know, like it's a bad thing. You know, like, oh, it's a poor thing on the one end, but it's also an extreme luxury thing. Like, as the very, very fanciest places in the world are all fairly small. Like, being cozy is actually, you know, having the right amount of space is actually a surprisingly underappreciated thing in the world. Like, everyone's had more and more space, but then what you do with it is actually important too. Okay, so I'm going to start combining pickaxes now, just to make a little bit more space in my inventory. And then we're going to go on the hunt for more iron, because if I can get just a little bit more, we can get diamonds. And if I get that, then I can eventually make obsidian. Oh, I can't make obsidian until I get water. Everything relies on water in this world, damn it. Every single thing. It's a tiny house. All the cool internet cats have them, says Pookie Helms. You know, I'm glad you agree. Okay, so let's go for a little bit of a nap here. Thank you, Jira, for gifting some memberships. Good to see you today. I am living my best one-chunk life right now, in case you're curious. I've got enough iron for a cauldron, and now I've got enough iron for a bucket, but that means I need rain. Without it, I will not get any water, which is a bit of a problem, to say the least. So now we need to Good to see you. So yeah, my dream house isn't the palace of Versailles. It's Frasier's condo from his show. I've not seen Frasier, but I'll have to assume, since he's a millionaire, that he lives in a very nice apartment somewhere. Honestly, like, there are the bigger a house gets, the more it seems like a chore to own it. I saw someone say recently that they wanted to have like an entire like animal kingdom in their garden. It's like, that sounds like a chore. That sounds like your live stream is to pick up another chore. The same with having a huge space. Like, even the simple tasks. Like, you ever need to move something from one room to another? I'm sure this is a universal human experience. And when you're trying to move it from one room to another, it's like, oh, it's such a long walk. I'll put it here and I'll pick it up and move it there later. You'd have to like get your steps in just walking to the other room if you have a big enough house, you know? Like, the perfect house has like all that stuff in like very separate, you know, all the frivolous things are off in their own separate corners while all the fun things are together. But I think the perfect houses are only big because people hate each other. Is that a Caves and Cliffs chunk or an old chunk? It is a current 1.20/1.21 chunk, Mr. Jira. Yeah, it's a very, very cool one. So I think now we have to hope we get iron, enough to mine some diamonds, and even then we're going to be reliant on water. everything we need now, chat, is down to can it rain? And rain happens a lot, so I'm surprised we haven't had some yet. We've been going for just over an hour. Oh, just over an hour now. Oh, we've been going for way longer than I thought. We've been going for about 90 minutes now. And, yeah, I think we're going to go look for diamonds at the very bottom of the world. I need to know how many diamonds I have, because if there's 4 diamonds, it's not worth, you know, fortuning the rest of them. But if I have a lot of diamonds, now there's a lot of incentive, right? And then I've got to work out the rest. Is weather even on? Yeah, weather cycle is, thankfully. So, do you have enough lava to go to the nether? Just enough. So I have enough lava to go to the nether, and then also to make a lava farm. That is something that is important to me, is like, we need to get renewable lava moving ASAP. It's just my cauldrons are dedicated to rain right now. Just in case the rain is really, really short, I want to make sure I get the most of it. So I definitely don't have enough ladders to go all the way back up to the surface. But we can make it, I guess. Yeah, we'll solve that problem as we get there. Keep on digging down. We're almost at the very bottom now. So yeah, this is this chunk is moved up by 64 blocks. So 0 is roughly the bottom of this world. And so we're going to hit bedrock in the next, like, 4 blocks or so. Yeah, how do Dasher and Jura have a spanner and a desert well next to their names? The spanner means that you're a mod, or the wrench means you're a mod, if we internationalize it. And the desert well means that you are doing very desert well in your life, which means you are a member for at least a year, I want to say. At least 3 years, maybe. It's a long time. Jura's been around forever. Plumbers. Yeah, sorry, my bad. I got that wrong. If you have a spanner next to your name, it actually just means that you're a plumber. I have a long history of living with my plumbers. So all the people with the wrenches next to them, I live next to them. They clog up my toilets. I guess unclog my toilet. You know, they have to clog them just so they can unclog them, so they can remind me how useful they are. I think down here we're gonna have to make another base, by the way. So, yeah, I'm gonna have the very bedrock layer of the world be mined out in its entirety. And I think I'm gonna deliberately not sleep tonight, chat. There's now no more reasons for me to have to sleep, because I'm not worried about Mr. Villager. We're gonna place a crafting table down here somewhere. We have to place it, I guess, there. And then we're gonna make some more ladders. Those are important too, don't get me wrong. Love a good ladder or 15. But also we're gonna make a ton of pickaxes. I want to find all the ores that we have, and I want to find them now. I need to grow a mustache and acquire some magic mushrooms. Maybe one of them can fix the smell. Thank you, Salam Anderson, for recognizing that there is still a smell in my house. So what I think it is I'm fairly sure it's my vents. This is something a lot of people in chat have helped with. But I think what it is the vents to my house are joined to the vents from my neighbor's house. I can smell my neighbor's cooking as if it is in my own house. I can smell when they are doing construction. It sounds like it smells like there's construction in my house. I wonder if the same was true in the reverse. I don't know. But anyway, I think as a result of this, our vents must be like, because it's a terrace house, like the vents are like both facing each other. I think there must be a hole between them or something like that. So Kat, you can uncover almost every underground block by digging 40 one-block vertical holes in some very specific places. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, instead of having to dig horizontally, I could dig vertically. We won't have to, but let's do it. So now we'll go 3 blocks this way, or 2 blocks this way. We really want to make sure we capture it all, and let's do it. So I'm going to find every single diamond. Right now we have 1 diamond, chat. If there's 1 diamond in my entire world, I'll never have netherite. I'll never have anything but a jukebox or a single diamond shovel. So, you know, it's pretty important that we find something out here. Do you have a shared attic crawl space? Not with the neighbors that the smell comes from, weirdly enough. Otherwise, that's a very good guess. Actually, let me go check. Okay, so chat, keep an eye on me real quick. I'm just going to hang out over the edge of the chunk here. Look out for any diamonds or anything while we're out here. Okay, so just yell at me, chat, if anything happens. I'm going to see if we share a crawl space. It's literally behind the camera. Nah, like way at the very back. It's like bricks quite far out. Maybe way at the very back of the roof. There's something there. Oh, okay, we're good. Okay, so with that said, now we can go a few blocks this way. And I'm gonna find all the diamonds in this world, chat. I need to know how many there are. And so I will find how many there are. And if something does happen, yelling just gets our message deleted by Nightbot, says Azjext. Trust me, if you yell your messages, I will hear them. No one likes when people yell, but sometimes it's an important way to get your message across. I do wonder seriously, like some people, I wonder if some people get that, you know? That like their yelling makes them unpleasant to be around. It's a weird thing to think about, but it's a non-unsubstantial number of people who think like, oh, this is just how I have to be. It's impossible for me to be a reasonable human being. It's like, no, it is always a choice. It's one of the most important things you can understand about emotions is like emotions aren't a choice, but how you react to them is always some amount of a choice. And you can, you know, like, people can teach you, you know, it's the idea that like just because you're really angry at something doesn't mean you need to punch someone. Just because you're really, really upset doesn't mean you need to push people around you away, you know? Like, if people can learn these patterns and think to themselves, like, it's just how things have to be. I can't imagine another way. But yeah, it's not true. It's unpleasant when people don't capitalize the first letter and use punctuation. See, I don't think it's unpleasant, but I think it so I'm someone who tries to take people as they are. Like I try to understand where people at least are coming from in their views of the world. Maybe I'll say it that way. Like I think there's this kind of like, I don't know, idea of like what you can manage in the world versus what you hey, another diamond. And what you definitely can't manage is like, I don't know, something like how someone else is raised. Especially someone you just met. You can eventually, if you spend enough time around someone, you can have some small impact on how they are, or some stuff like that. This is so scary, but we found a second diamond. There are enough diamonds for an enchantment table. Oh, 2 diamonds. Wow. We are spoilt, chat. We are absolutely spoilt today. Okay, there are 2 diamonds over here. They both would have been visible, funnily enough, if we'd have just done some stuff. You should do 1 chunk, but hardcore live, says Chad. Chat, do you think that hardcore would add to this challenge or remove from this challenge? Let's do that as a poll. Obviously, non-democratically. I just see it as they have caps lock turned on. I don't even think it's too harmful of a thing. But yeah, there is, like, what it tells me, if someone doesn't bother capitalizing their stuff, is like, oh yeah, they just don't care. And that is the weird part of it. But I think trying to understand where people are at and coming from is like one of the most important skills that most people don't have. I just realized way up there, all my beef, chat. My beef. Oh no. Oh. My beef. I gotta watch out for, I cooked it earlier, chat, and now it's definitely gone. Hardcore is easy, just crouch in a corner and stay completely still. Also, enemies. I want to kill just the skeletons. So that skeleton is coming towards me. Let's kill him. I think I should be pretty good at this. I think if I just hang out here, it's actually pretty easy to kill most of these mobs. Okay, so we're gonna go for it. I want lots of bones, chat. And right now, this is the way to get bones. I'm getting some arrows, which is handy, but I'm mostly here not for those, but for the bones. So this is why I really, really need food. I've gotten myself to a situation of near starvation. And if there's anything up here, thank God there's not, I would have died. So I'm actually going to spend some time lighting up this surface, because I think my home should be a safe space. I'm still traumatized from the flat world ending in death, says Darren Hughes. Yeah, very, you know, rest in peace. Rest in peace. You won't be forgotten. Won't be forgotten. Okay, so we got 36 torches. Place them all around this top world. You don't really need that many to fully light this area. Like, 1 here. 1 on top of the house, maybe. Like, there. Oh, okay. It's okay. It's not hardcore. We said the word hardcore, and my hands immediately got clammy on that floor. I'm like, no, not a whole world. Don't make me lose it all. And just in this corner of the world there. I think that should be enough to light everything that needs to be lit. Maybe inside. Oh, there's already some inside the house. And so then just one here, just to make the tunnel vaguely good. So I'm out of food, chat. Oh, wait, I picked them up. I got the cooked beef. I have them. They're in my inventory. We are fine. We are good. Everything is great. So I have 3 diamonds in this world. And if I just give up on my dreams of making water, I could have them. The reason... Oh! Speak of the devil. Now is the time to finally go ahead and get my... should we just go for it? Yeah, I'm going to use charcoal. I know this is silly, but I'm going to make a charcoal, chat. I'm going to make it. I'm going to make a charcoal. And I'll use the charcoal to make some more charcoal after this. It's going to be worthwhile. Manifesting at its finest, says Adjext. Seriously, right? I manifested that right into existence. Okay, so we're going to throw that in. And as soon as that happens, this will start filling. I want to fill this multiple times, at least twice, and then I can have water, and then we're in the clear for better things than this. Okay, it's happening, chat. It's finally happening. My bucket has arrived. And now that my bucket has arrived, we're going to put in the spruce log. Just 22 of them? Yeah, you know what? 22 spruce logs, why not? And we'll turn them into charcoal, so we can run the furnaces forever. Okay, it looks like it's almost full. I don't think it needs to be fully full, to be fair. Oh, it does need to be fully full. Or does it? Ah, it's fine. Let's go and make ourselves an infinite source, and we'll make it right here. 1 bucket down. We just need 1 more water, so the rain just has to go on a little bit longer. A little bit more rain, and we're good to go. Please, come on. I can see the way you're Irish. I can see you're Irish by the way you get excited seeing the rain in those ungrown crops. Yeah, I'm just tempted to eat the crops right now, no matter how poisonous they are. Okay, so I'm getting close. When you get 1 water, you can fish for a water bottle. Yeah, that is exciting. We have unlocked a whole new aspect of the game now. We could start fishing for books now, even. So we could start fishing for Fortune Free. Yeah, that would be the play to make, really. I can't trade for it, really, anymore. But I can fish for it. The cauldron fills so quickly on Bedrock. Everything on Bedrock happens slightly too fast or slightly too slow. Fun fact, sugarcane grows slower on Bedrock because of like an error in the tick speed applying to the world. It's a lot of very weird things that are over and undercompensated for. In the jungle, is there bamboo in fishing? Oh, is it? So chat, what biome is this? I thought it was a jungle, but I'm looking at the grass now and I'm just not sure at all. It could be a plains for all we know. In the jungle, the mighty jungle. Are you going to make a video on the glide cheating scandal, says Ocelot? I would love to hear about it. Please share some resources with me. I would like to be more informed about it. Okay, so now that we've got infinite water, my cauldron is going to become a lava cauldron. So we need dripstone for that. Oh god, we need the Wandering Trader for everything, don't we? Can you trade for dripstone, chat? If we don't get dripstone, we can't ever do it. You need a fishing rod. Looks like a plains to me. Yeah, it's probably a plains by accident. Okay, so fishing rod. Yeah, that's a big bummer. Okay, let's go fishing. Let's see what we find. We'll make it like a little bit bigger. Just for fun here, right? Just so we can have a nice big pond. And because it's raining, we'll get slightly better odds while we're fishing. So this is a good, efficient thing to be doing today. Chat, pray for a fortune book. Pray for a fortune book. Also, I'm once again requesting your cow breeding. I don't think it makes sense to cow breed right now, just another YouTube commenter. I have 2 wheat until maybe the end of time. And so I've got to use it for luring more animals into the farm. More than farming the ones that are already there. That's my thinking, at least. Manifest, manifest. If we all just imagine it in our heads, then it might happen in reality. It's not how it really works, but it's a nice way to substitute the cold, harsh, brutal truths. Okay, so while we do this, we're going to use the extra time we have to start opening and organizing chests. Just put some stuff in there, and then come back to the chest. we need some free inventory spots for this to work, so it's a good thing we get that done. Also, it might be raining outside, but it's not raining. It's not raining where these fish are coming from. I think really what you want more than a fortune book is you kind of want a better fishing rod first. Because this is a very, very slow process. I like salmon as much as the next guy. But salmon by itself is just food. Everything else will help me do better. How are you going to apply the book? Do you have enough iron? Says Jean DeMilline. Oh, God. You're right, Jean DeMilline. Oh, no. I hate that you're right, but you are right, Jean. Thank you for the tip. Are your DMs open on Discord, Toycat? They're not, but you can just tweet it at me. At IBX Toycat, or you can post it on X and tag me in that post. Add a water source to every block on the edge of the bottom layer to catch you when you fall off. Yeah, that's a very, very good idea. Yeah, that is actually quite smart. Like make a dangerful area. Patience is a virtue, Toycat says Core. You know, patience is a virtue. But let's be very patient in hoping that we get our next thing here. These resources enough to go to a nether, make a cobblestone generator, and have 2 lava remaining. Oh, wait, what is that? Imagine, chat. Oh, wow, interesting. Pretty good, actually. I don't know why the fishing rod's making weird, janky things happen. I feel like we might lose something to that eventually, though. So let's combine a couple of pickaxes together. And then let's pick this up. So we could go to the nether right now. It is true. Oh, whoa, no! Glad that's not an enchanted book. It'd be very funny if it was. Gotta say. I thought you shut it off the side for a second. Yeah, thank God that didn't happen any time after you left that comment, Zero Rules. Thank God. Yeah, I like this one chunk challenge a lot, chat. I really think that the limited size world thing can be done to such a hilariously small extent, but I think a chunk still gives you access to most of Minecraft, but forces you to be tactical about it. And I think it's going to force me to be tactical about my world building in a way that I actually think is going to be a lot of fun. I think that we are significantly losing out for having lost that villager, though. I think not having that villager genuinely means a lot of the challenge is undoable. Is it thundering? Okay, chat. If I had some pigs right now, let me tell you what I'd be doing with them. So yeah, we got a bowl, but I don't think I really need a bowl. It's nice that the game's offering me one, though. So I'll make one of these chests my fishing chest. Oh, it's thundering everywhere, huh? Can it thunder on a block where there's no block? Okay, so I need to actually be in the water there somewhere. Let's just start loading in the stuff. This is my chest blocks. Oh, no, I messed it up. Okay, we're good. But yeah, like having biglins would actually be useful. We can mine for gold in this world, thankfully. And if we need zombie piglins, they will just spawn in the nether. So yeah, going to the nether is the next logical thing to do. Are you excited, chat? Are you excited to see what the nether is like? I have a lot of questions about it. Also, one of the things I want to turn off is instant respawn. I think it's the very bottom option here. I think I just have that turned on accidentally. Don't you, Oh, no! My house. My house. Oh. That is sad. That is... Where did the creeper even spawn, chat? Where did the creeper come from? Does anyone know? Did he spawn in the cave and walk up, maybe? He climbed the ladder? Can anyone watch that footage back? I guess we don't know where he came from. Rip the beautiful house. Okay, you know what? I think, what we're gonna do? I'm mulling this over in my head. And if we want to do this as a one-shot beat the game, we don't need the house. If we want to do this as a long-term series, we need the villager. Like that, without the villager, you can't get the emeralds. There's a whole section of the game that's just inaccessible because of one dumb mistake we made earlier. We also lost some iron earlier, so there's like a lot of things to be keeping in mind. Ooh, I think these are interesting. I know we don't need it. But yeah, let's go to the Nether. Let's try the Nether just for a second, chat. Let's give it a shot, you know. I say we bite the bullet and we restart. Okay, so just to see if we could beat the game today, let's go to the Nether. Let's see how this is. I think that making this a series would be a lot of fun, chat. I want to play this for so long right now, but I'm also quite aware that, like, okay, if we want to do this longer, we're going to know how this works. So let's go to the Nether, and let's see if I can really survive there. So I have exactly enough... Oh, chat, I almost messed up in a very permanent, undoable way just there. In fact, I messed up in a way if I had a villager. I have exactly 11 lava here. Oh, no. That was me showing you my commitment to restarting the series. I can't... There was some of you who thought that was real for a second, didn't you? You were like, Toycat, are you... Is that really... That's... you thought that was real, but I got you good. The good news is, my bucket has definitely survived, and so... The good news is... yeah, actually, let's go down the well just like this. Let's have a fun time of this, huh? So yeah, this is a... We can't place blocks outside the world. I am aware... Oh, there's water there. Oh, that's my water. So we can now jump off the world into that water. We can use that just to get back into this. And, such a good trial run, says Lucira. Yeah, what a good trial run this was. I honestly do think this is a lot of potential for a fun survival challenge series, and I love that about it. But the question is, did my bucket survive? Because without a bucket, there's no Nether. And without a Nether, I mean, we can make another one eventually. So yeah, it's useful to know that there is enough iron. It's useful to... No, don't you do this to me. You're going off the edge, not me. It's useful to know a lot of things about this world. And it's also useful to know there's exactly 11 lava here, chat. That's enough for me to make a Nether portal, and then also to make a lava renewable farm if I can find dripstone. So that is what we'll have to find and work out. For now, I have to say, I liked this, but I think it was doomed the moment I lost the villager. I wanted to believe that it wasn't, and I'm glad I played onwards. But I will be doing this again from the get-go, and my goal will be to make the perfect limited size world. Something I'm very excited to be doing. Speaking of things I'm excited to be doing, I hope you enjoyed today's live stream. If you did, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. I love the old school YouTube, you know, like things. You know what's weird is, like, no one ever makes the joke about make sure to 5-star the video anymore. Like, it's become so old that, like, you have to be, like, a boomer, basically, to understand 5-starring a video on YouTube. But please give this video 5 stars. Make sure to add it to your favorites playlist. And, you know, and then when you're done with it, make sure to recommend to your friends and family. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.